The COVID 19 pandemic has affected educational systems worldwide, leading to the near total closures of schools, colleges, and universities. In the wake of this emergency situation, educational institutes around the globe are shifting their operations to online learning, and we too. UNESCO makes 10 recommendations. First one, examine the readiness and choose the most relevant tools. Decide on the use of high technology and low technology. Second, ensure inclusion of the distance learning programs. Third, protect data privacy and data security. Fourth, prioritized solutions to address psychosocial challenges. Fifth, plan the study schedule and distance learning programs. And sixth, provide support to teachers and parents on the use of digital tools. Seventh, blend appropriate approaches and limit the number of applications and platforms. 8. Develop distance learning rules and monitor students. Ninth, define duration of the distance learning units based on students' self-regulation skills. 10th, create communities and enhance connection. Keeping these all in mind, we the teachers try to reach learners' mind. Now come to the point, myself, Basavarajeshwari Vilegadi, working as a lecturer in KLE's G.I. Bagewadi College, Nippani. Welcome to Study Circle of Economics. Second year PUC syllabus that is prescribed by the state government according to NCERT rules, that is CBSE syllabus. In this syllabus, two parts are there. One is micro and another one is macro. The first part, micro, includes 6 chapters, and in this microeconomics, the first chapter is introduction to economics, and in this chapter introduction is given, the concept of economy is given, that is meaning and basic problems of an economy are discussed, and positive and normative economics is given, and describe the inductive and deductive methods are there, and there is a difference between micro and macroeconomics is given. The second chapter includes theory of consumer behavior, and this chapter is a very interesting chapter and applicable to our daily life, and this includes utility analysis, how the utility analysis, that means utility is measured with the help of cardinal and ordinal approaches, and the consumer behavior is expressed or measured in terms of budget line and budget set. And one more interesting topic is given in this chapter, that is about indifference curve analysis. And the last part of this chapter is optimal choice of the consumer. And the third very interesting chapter is demand analysis. And in this chapter, we studied about the very interesting aspects related to demand. Meaning of demand is there, and demand depends upon what? That means determinants of demand is given, and law of demand is given here. Demand function is there, and different types of goods are studied, normal and inferior goods, substitutes and complements, and difference between these all, and the elasticity of demand, how the elasticity of demand is calculated with the help of different methods. And very interesting fourth chapter is given here, that is production and cost. In this chapter, concept of production function is given, isoquant curves are there, marginal rate of technical substitution is given and how it is calculated, and production cost, there are different types of cost, short run cost and long run cost, how they are applicable to production function in practical life. And fifth chapter, that is about the theory of the firm and perfect competition. In this chapter, the meaning of firm and industry is given, features are given, discussed about different types of revenue concept, total revenue, average revenue and marginal revenue, how these three are related under perfect competition. And supply is given here, short run supply and long run supply. One more interesting topic given in this topic is price elasticity of supply, how the price elasticity of supply is calculated, and finally equilibrium under perfect competition. And the sixth chapter, that is about imperfect competitive market, and this chapter includes the very interesting imperfect competitive markets, The first part is monopoly, how the price and output is determined under monopoly market in short run and in long run. The second very interesting part is about monopolistic competition. What are the very interesting characteristics of monopolistic competition, features, and how the price and output is determined. And third market is oligopoly, and what are the interesting characteristics, and about duopoly. This is about first part, that is microeconomics, and come to the second very interesting part, that is about macroeconomics. Again, in this 6 chapters are given, that is 7th chapter, that is about introduction to macroeconomics, how the macroeconomics is emerged, limitations and difference between micro and macroeconomics is given. And in the 8th chapter, national income is studied, that is accounting of national income, the meaning of national income, definitions of national income, and the very interesting macroeconomic identities are studied under this chapter. For example, GDP, NDP, GNP, NNP, per capita income, personal disposable income, etc. And one more interesting topic is given here, methods to calculate national income and what are the difficulties faced the National Income Committee while calculating national income. And the 9th chapter, that is very interesting chapter, money and banking. And in this chapter, we study about definitions of money and demand for money, supply of money, commercial banks, the meaning and functions of commercial banks, central bank of the country, that is Reserve Bank of India, its monetary policy, objectives, etc. And the 10th chapter is about consumption and investment. This is also a very interesting chapter, and in this chapter concept of consumption, investment and saving is studied, and Keynes consumption function, that is APC and MPC, is explained with the help of example, and investment function is given here, and multiplier is also there and it is explained with the help of example. And the 11th chapter, that is about government budget. This is the very interesting chapter, and this chapter includes budget, meaning of budget, and the different contents of budget of the central government. Take for example current account, revenue account, etc. And 12th chapter, that is about open economy, and in this chapter we studied about closed economy and open economy, and trade concepts, unilateral, bilateral, multilateral trade concepts, balance of trade and balance of payment is studied here, and foreign exchange market, determination of exchange rate, etc. And totally working hours are about 120 hours, and this is about the syllabus given for second PUC. In the first chapter we will discuss in next video.